I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at SMITHEE TV in downtown Toronto. I'm here with filmmaker and author Charles Dennis. How does it feel to be back here in Toronto, where you went to school?
It felt fine until I sat down and you told me if I moved, I would be killed. So
The chair's a little broken.
my life in my hands being on this show, but it's a delight to be with you, Katie.
Well,
Thank you.
disclaimer, we take no responsibility for that. So. You know. So your novel that I have here, The Magicker, your 12th, the 12th book that you've written, has been optioned into a TV series, or is being made into a TV series.
It's a different series, but this, I've just done the pilot for it, and that's one of the reasons I'm here in Toronto, is to see about finding a producing partner to do it here.
Okay, awesome. And tell me a little bit about The Magicker. What is the story all about?
The Magicker is a Kabbalah mystery. It's a love story of a young woman who is possessed by the soul of a girl who died 100 years earlier in Russia. And the psychiatrist she's seeing at first thinks that she's just multiple personality or, ate something bad. But then he comes to realize it's true, there's someone else in there, and he falls in love with that person. And I'm not telling you anything beyond that.
All right. Sounds very good. And your feature film, Chicanery, is also out now, and you shoot this all on an iPad?
Chicanery was shot over 3 years entirely on an iPad. I was the entire crew of this film, 36 actors, months in the making. And David O. Russell and Adam McKay saw the first 20 minutes of it, and David said to me, "How did you zoom in?" I went, "It's like, how else would you zoom in with an iPad?" And Adam said, "But what about the lighting?" And I said, "That's it. It is what it is." And the iPad, the new iPad particularly, is so extraordinary. It sucks up all available light. And I thank Steve Jobs every day when I get up, because he's changed my life and he's allowed me to be a pure artist working in film. In the past, for many, many years, I would struggle to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars to make what I thought was a small movie, and now I can make a movie for nothing.
And you've worked with a lot of the same actors as well. So tell me a bit about your cast and how you put this great group together.
The first film was called Atwill, and I shot it with a wonderful actor named Neil Dixon and Brent Huff, who's also a filmmaker. And it won the 2011 Samuel Fuller Guerrilla Filmmaker Award at the Buffalo Film Festival. And we came back to the characters. We revisited them last year, and it became a web series, and we just finished the first season of that. And Michael Laskin, who stars in Chicanery, also plays Bob Nixon, the illegitimate son of Richard Nixon, in one of the episodes. Patty McCormick, who years ago was the star of the movie The Bad Seed and the Broadway show, has been a friend for years. She's in the movie and she's in the series as well. And it's a shorthand being able to write for these people, knowing their rhythms. And they're my friends, so they know, hey, yeah, I'll be there,
That's wonderful. And you've also had an amazing career as a voice actor. So tell me a little bit about, getting into voice acting and how that led you to being a filmmaker as well.
Well, I started on radio here in Toronto when I was a child. A wonderful woman named Marjorie Purvey had a series called Peter and the Dwarf, and I was on that. My 8th birthday was my first job. And the voice business, after that, I never really went near it. And then I think it was Dan Aykroyd said to me about 20 years ago, "Why aren't you making $500,000 a year with your voice?" I went, okay. So I went into that business. And in the last few years, I've done a lot of the biggest video games going. And it all goes back to all those years ago on CKAY with Marjorie Purvey.
Wow. So you have kids coming up to you, recognizing your voice?
I did a play about 3 years ago, and at the end of the first read-through, the youngest member of the cast said to me, are you on the Star Wars video game? I said, yes. He said, I thought so. And he went, I'm kind of a nerd. So I'm an idol of nerds everywhere.
Oh, that's wonderful. And where's the best place for us to find out more information on you and your voice work and all of your other projects and films as well?
Either charlesdennis.com or IMDb or the Canadian theater encyclopedia. The other thing I wanted to point out about Chicanery is we have, even though we shot it in Los Angeles, we have, I think, 8 Canadian actors in it. Kenneth Welch does a memorable cameo in it. Shauna McKenna, Jean Mack, wonderful actress from Montreal named Zoe Cotas. It's an international movie.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations, and have a nice time in Toronto.
And folks, Amazon.com, Kindle, you'll love it.
Great.
The Magicker.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at SMITHEE TV in Toronto. Thank you so much for watching Katie Chats. If you like the show, please subscribe. And if you're curious to know what I'm doing when I'm not interviewing, please click here. I'm also an actress and recently produced my first short film and would love for you to check out the trailer. Thank you.